The expert. The man to save the day.
The official switcher on it. Are you alright? This is working, right? I pressed the button. The one on the right? Yeah. Then it's working. Okay, then.
So, the Samshach Ayin Beis, Chelik Aleph, Maime, Sof, Dibur HaMaskel, Vayim Shalom Avrom Lech Lecho, Omed Tov Nun. And today is Kof Oil Kof Gimel Adar.
Shvat.
Shvat.
Oil Kof Gimel Shvat, I'm sorry. So I jumped into Adar. There's a Maimon Chazal in the Gemara in Shabbos state that it was it of Le'elam lo amati dova chazati lachurai. I never said something and looked behind me to see what was going on. Also, for some reason I turned it that way. So different Purushim bezeh. Al Chapanim, we saw the Maila of the Vedas Hatshuva Davkir. Through the Ayin of Yom Kippur and the Keteris, which is move Behechel, or not only Behechel, but Kodesh HaKadoshim on Yom Kippurim. That's Mo'era, the Maila of Tshuva, we'll soon see it, the Ayin of Chayzer, Davkir, and that's Chayzer. Pnimius V'atzmius Ein Seif, and Be'ike, this is Mitzad the Maila of Avedas HaTshuva. That's what we're holding by the Maimon Chazal, that B'mokim Shebali Tshuva Eindim Tzadukim Gemurim Einem Yechelim Lamed. That's one on the diuk, that not that they don't stand, but they Einem Yechelim Lamed. They can't stand in the Mokim, the Bali Teshuvah. The Tzadikim Gemurim Ba'aveda Shalahem, on the third line down from the top, Gam B'Bchinas Ava B'Tanugim, Einem Yechelim Lamed B'Makim Bali Teshuvah. In other words, there's a feeler they hold by the Tatlis Ha'iloi. The Alter brings it in Tanya in Perek Yud. The Avedas HaTzadikim, well, it never is in Perek Tes, the truth is in Perek Tes. The Avedas HaTzadikim B'Shleimus is the Yin of Ava B'Elakus, and the Biz in the Yin of an Ava B'Tanugim. But the Koyach HaTainug is a Makif HaKi Elyoin in Nefesh, and the Ava B'Tanugim is that the Koyach Klolos Koyach HaTainug. Eitzel Adam is oil v'nichlal legami belakus. In other words, the whole inyan is only takef ava in even shul oinek v'tainug in elakus, which is, he says in Perek Yud, brings him to the inyan from mius para betachlis. So he said even that is the Eloi of the tzadikim. Nonetheless, the Balei Tshuva they can't stand. And they're not magir to the Maila of the Bali Teshuvah. Deserve Klau Godel. Now we say the help of words. As we just pointed out, Tainug is a yin for Makifim, and that's a Madrege Gedoyle of Elois Be'Yisr, Ava Tanugim. So why is it that Dafke the Bali Teshuvah al Maila from the Shleimus Aveda the Tzadikim Ba'ava B'Tanugim. Dezo Klau Godel, the Tsar Umarirus HaNefesh Magir L'Mayla Mi'oinek HaNefesh. It's not only a Klau, but it's a Klau Godel. Tsar, bitterness, Marirus, not Kemuven, Shivri Leiv or Ogem Nefesh, or how do you call it, it's Atzvus, Dafke the Inyan von Tsar Maridas, Magia Lamaila Me'enig Nefesh. Dam de Gam Beginnes Enig Atzmi, Ena Magia Ba'atzmas Nefesh Kamaya Tsar Maridas Me'aifach. The Dafke through the Inyan von Tsar Maridas Me'aifach is, we come into a Zamadrege in Atzmis Nefesh higher than the Minyan von Oinig, and higher than the Minyan von Oinig Aki Goder. Akamesh Kosu min ha-meitza karosi. Min ha-meitza va-deichek Dafke asher tzarli me'ed me'arichuk me'alakus o befrat b'chatoyim v'aveinis. Ze Dafke magia be'etzum nekudas nafshei o magia l'mayla bepnimiyas va'atzmasein say. And so to continue, he brings a marshal. Kamil der marshal l'dalei chafira gedola, to jump over a huge trench or a huge dug pit. A chafira is a dug pit. Shetzorich liyes bekoyach atzmus hanefesh. In order to jump over a huge chafira, then it has to be dafke with a curve mi atzmus hanefesh. Shetzorhu dafke kasher Boireach min amovis rachmoninit. And dafke when he's running from death, rachmon, fleeing from death, keboi b'milchama ukahai gavna, like in war or similar such inyonim, koyach atzmus hanefesh l'dalik. He has the power mitzad the atzmus the nefesh to jump. In other words, that he jumps in a zarevim. This is like a derogil cloud. As well known, the Shasa Seir Sachmi is a mensch is Mesugo, but when he's Boreach, Min Eipach HaChaim, V'kulu is Mesugo to do all sorts of inyonim, V'seinim, the cloud of Fiha Arogil. The famous dogma would state this about the one about Ayin when he was fleeing from his pursuers or something, and he jumped into a hole in the wall, and through a split or something, he hit himself inside the wall, and then later they couldn't get him out. It wasn't shot to get him. They had to break the wall in order for it to be a choletzot to Mishah. So the question was, how did he get in there? Azok man mitzad the goydel ha-Yisraelis, u'boreach min amovis, is a mensch can do as hoch inyonim what liachrim against al derech rogil, it's not chaya. And there the chiddush is that within the din von Tzimtzum, not the din von Ispashtus or Harachova. Harachova is a koyach and dafki in the din of Tzimtzum. Actually, I was by the Rebbe in the Tovshin Lamed Hay, and then the Rebbe bought a moshel from the Inyan HaKvita, in the Inyan HaTshuva, and a much more freilichen even, the Rebbe bought from einer was springt, somebody who jumps. In other words, an athlete with his, how do you call it, his tafkid is to jump. When it's a Ayin to, the Rebbe used the expression to brechen the world record of the Rebbe gesagt, a very interesting lotion. The record, sometimes, he'll run and he'll jump, even though he runs the same distance, he makes the same machonas of a vivaldus and a gear, but he can jump. And Magil as Ocha Inyonim was not shayach. I feel mitzad the koyachis hashleimim, when they're the best functioning oifim. As the Rebbe spoke all much about the jumper, the springer, the sprint, and he breaks the record. So it's a little bit more al-tada sameach. What we see here, here it's even more in a way. We say it's like a challenge. To say from Bricha Miyamovis. Why would we say that the Inyan von Tsar is Magia Ba'emek HaNefesh more than the Inyan Ha'oinik? And the Tsar Vamaridas, Me'ahepech, as it is expressed in the Pasuk, Menameitza Korosi, that Dafki brings in twee inyonim. First of all, Etzem Nekudas HaNefesh, but that's much more L'cholapachas Yechida, or Fila L'mayla Mizeh. And then it's also Makia Pnimius V'Atzmius Ein Seif L'mayla. Now, why would Dafki, the world be, why would the Inen be, Nafshi be ausgestellt? As they say, to use the expression in Hazar Oifan, that the negative should be so much more than the positive. The Inen from Tsar is called, and not a batamte Indian. And for who is this? Dafki Tsar, there's all these milas. And we're talking about only the Indian Tsar, not the ultimate Havtocher that Anoni B'merchav called. There'll be a Indian answer von der Eberste Bemerchav, aber bis jemand dafür durchgehen, der Minna Meitzer Rossi. Wir hoffen zum Ebersten, wir beten, mit Seirer, mit Schanen, das soll sein Anoni Bemerchav. So usually the is like we find by Bechol HaDvorim, that these Gavris Amitias from every Indian is Dafki B'Ahepuch, Dafki when it's faced with a Dover Hamanakit, let's say. Right, we see that B'chol Inyonim, Afila in the Indian from Brias Aguf, or Ka'etzvazeh, Dafki when the mensch is faced with a Indian which is Ahepuch, the how do you call it, is Menagit, Seder Regil from the Guf, then there's tremendous powers are generated, both in Nafshi and both in Gufani, after Meteta Koiches Aguf. Yachmom, after to overcome the Indian Amenagate, then is the Anoni B'Merchav in that marshal, is we see that Dafki having overcome that, and his new Koiches, Hadoshim in the Guf or the Nefesh V'Ka'etz would have never been prior to the whole of the Menagi. And that's what we see in the Basi Lekani, that I feel by the Melech, that Ayin L'mayla Mino Adam from the Melech Amiti, and we see that when is it that the Melech is Dafki, how do you call it, Afila Mevazes is called a trace of Dafki from the Indian of the Menagi, Dafki when it's a door. The Indian at the Tsar, on the Roiges, as you might call, from the Menagid, or Dafki that calls out in him also the Indian from Bizbuz, Koichois of Biz, you might say, well, that's his money, or was it mit them alone, until the Rebbe is Masbid, or the Mashli Chayov, Atzme Minege, they say, Biz and Emtza Negen 11, and Baptist in the fight, remember that. We move on Nimshu, Bazer Bepashis, Lako, מי שיש רגש בקודקודה, או בליבו ימויה בקודקודה, אז צריך להסתיים. הנמשל מזה, is ונפילה, בנגיע כבד קידושס עדינינו מלך ומשיח, בעצמי, הסיגון is verstandig, if you just misbreinen, in the whole Indian, how it was created, the so-called Gimel Tammuz, that the Rebbe arranged his whole room, and he put everything away, and he told the Misharis, the Gansberg, he told them he should take things out of the office, and Gans Hachonas was Sikvenyamot, before he took that Nasir to the oil. I mean, Hachonas, Mamish Kitzeni is Bamino, until the Rebbe told him that from now on he's in charge of the room, and he's got a schlüssel, nobody else should have a schlüssel. In keines of Mr. Reingehen hin.
Bevor sein Ada.
Ah? Ja. Aber I mean, more dicke meisters. I mean, that's all becoming Miskala now. The Rebbe did all sorts of inyanim. He put this away, and he did this. He sold this back, and he took all this for him out of his room. When he wrote all sorts of notices where they should be put, and who, and what. There's all inyanim, it's lahafli. I mean, it's not Kedera Charovia. and he told this little fellow Gansberg that he's in charge of the room. Now he and the Rebbe has no Bobatisch car on the room, and he gave him the Schlüssel. He said, "Du sollst nicht geben the Schlüssel zu kein Mensch auf der Welt." All sorts of amazing mices was later becoming Miskale. The Rebbe made all sorts of more the krachonis for them Nasir to the earth. So you want to tell me it was all this, about this? Yesh Leim der Rebbe wird gewusst, was tut. Ach, Money, das kann gar nicht. We can't be massive for the sit. The Rebbe hat das reingeworfen. Hischlich chayv menegen. Ich weiß nicht gar nicht, einer per Jochel Dabbe. But they're going to find out more. It's been misguided. First of all, he's began speaking a little bit more than what he was wrong. The Kleinschke, the little Gansberg, he started to talk a lot more than what he used to. He wouldn't say a word. Let's say later on, he's beginning to say things more. He's given out a whole chavera. You've seen it, yeah, but you know, we do the ganze chavera. And it's going to be maybe in the form of a sefer and things that he's told. I'm fairly thick as that. The way the Rebbe confided in him and just relied on him in all sorts of things. It's like a derech.
Who is he?
This is fellow Gansberg, no, Schoenberg Gansberg. He was in the Rebbe's house for years. He used to help in the Rebbe's house. You don't know about him, Beklau. Weiß nicht Beklau von seinen ganzen Beziehungen. As a Yid that he used to live with the Rebbe in the house. He used to eat every Friday night and every Yontif and every Seder and everything with the Rebbe and the Rebbe. So where's this for now? No, for years he was by the Seder with the Rebbe. Gegessen with the Rebbe every Friday night. And then he was never an Alma or Agora. He lived on his own for a few years. So the Rebbe told him to move in. He used to live in the Rebbe's house. You guys don't know about it. I mean, even I knew about that. Völlig gesagt. Ja, toch anyway, I can see it's ik read a whistle to Blompe. You guys, you don't even... Huh?
One of the Hassanas of the Rav Ashkenazi, one of his children got married and he put out a book, all kinds of Sipurim of Gansburg.
Yeah, but that's only part of it.
But
yeah, it's only part of it. You can already buy in the shop. That's going to include in the shop.
Maybe it's the same.
That's only part of it. There's a lot more that he's going to, that they reckon he's going to come out with. As I said, I'll go funny him, he tells all these amazing things apparently, but the Rebbe Mamish prepared the whole thing for them to see it to the earth and the whole thing. It's unbelievable. So he gave tens and tens of instructions. He cleaned out the whole office. There was nothing left in the office except the sefer, the shluchim was on the table. And it was full of, I remember being by my first yechida, there was a whole big part of the Rebbe's office covered with sforim, and they were all covered with papers. And also the Rebbe cleaned out the whole, there was nishi blim gunish in the whole office. Mam shub dolo nishah. All sorts of arenyonim. They can't make a hurry with it. So you want to tell me Ishli Chayav Meneged? We'll never know. We will know soon. Moshe is coming. But we'll bald wissen. Well, this is correct. This is doch. Inyonim say, "Ein l'shaya l'taya." Kogoris can bring it the v'diva the goydel ha-pille b'inyonim eidem. Ja, das ist die, to come back to the Vorim Haragil in Kaviocho. And the Inim from Minameta, das ist Tavki Kasher, is a Managid, or a demo de Koyach, or whatever Indian it may be, mit Adeza Tan, or Yomot das, but even show Tesefes, be Soren Godel. And that's a mile of Tsar over the Indian. I, for what is a mensch training, maybe a mensch tsar. So we see that the word nefesh l'moshe is from Lashon linofesh, what that can mean to rest, but it can also mean to add. And the from afushi in the Gemara means to add. Afushi machleches loy mefashinon. We don't make a machleches more than what it really is. We don't add to a machleches. In other words, the word nefesh is the from addition. And the Oinig is Ayin Nogea be'etzem mahusa anefesh. The nefesh is Ayin from continuously gaining new inyonim. What does it Ayin from tainu? Because Ayin from erikot ashiras beis rachavus. That's what a nefesh is. And if the etzem nefesh is tainu, the etzem inyan of the nefesh is Oinig. And if the osid love, it will be Oinig va'atzmi. Aber mitzad eze tam. Today to reach that gilui, the Einig Atzmi, darf sein Besayin von Mina Meitzer Korosi, that the Eivste wants it, there should dafki be the Eden Amanagit, and V'lamayla yesh gametze. Lamayla yesh et ha'inyan shel the Tzimtzum, what the Tzimtzum is kilo Amanagit to the Eden Agil. Kemuvur, in Jerusalem, it's kilo Amanagit to the Eden Agilui, and it's brought down that the Oyer Akav, which is nimshikli achri the tzimtzum, is miskaber after tzimtzum. As I state the lesson, that kibbutz has to go against a whole new clear nigud that was never there before. And now the kav, even though the kav begiluya is a in mugbal of a kidei, he should at a father shurish kav is in tiferes hanela. The shurish kav is in the is lemaila mia oyer shohoyer lifnei kav. The Pneumius Inyone is a hechel for the ganze Linien of the year which was mehr lifnei tzimtzum. Because in all, and the state in Ayin Test, the Rebbe is malbedet, state dort in a ganze Bier, that that's the koyach ha'izgabres ala menage. Darf kitzu, im kommt es l'mayla zeitor sein. That there has to, no, I don't know if there has to be, but there is. There's a yine von a koyach ha'menage, that causes the shtapches of the koyach atzmi upnimi shevadova hazeh. I'm the same thing in order to reach that inyan von oyimich for pnimis v'atzmi is a nefesh, there has to be the inyan of the dova show nigud lazeh, wo das ruft sich zah, rachmonin und lo. Oye l'siyeh, man soll nicht wissen, man kann zah. Aber auch upon him, dafke alidei seh, that calls out that this is the dova hamanagin, this is the pshat min ha-meitzer korosi ko. And that's a statement. Min ha-meitzer korosi, that's a statement. That's what the matzav is. Anoni b'merchov ko, that's a bakosha. In other words, the min ha-meitzer, this is a what you have to, this is a dova kayim, you have to mutchen sich. It doesn't get smutchen. Mit damit, aber die Linie von Anoni, that's only a bakosha, meaning that that's not muchrach. Oib is min ha-meitzer korosi, nicht muchrach sein Anoni b'merchav ko, aber das is a bakosha, and das is sicher, and bilti shum sofik, that it becomes mishmali. Aber the taich is that the Anoni b'merchav ko, it comes from such a high madrege, as a nichayich, dat zal zijn a kilo hemshek met deze inyan. Deze initiatief. Ook op hem, Lefise, so now it's moving that the mens can be, he can be geifer. He can be, I'm saying, be medalliga, gafira gedeila, bishasa mulchama, keitze, and the mulchama is bedavke. Because davke mulchama door de koera menagid, and door de menagid le'etzem kiyusei, le'etzem kiyumei, le'etzem chayusei. Le'etzem chayusei steht dort in eine von Chmonin et van Hoyer loisier en Sakona. Und das ist die Kaldese der Melech. And the Melech hat viele, kon sich ausmeiden von der Sakona. He could maybe be mishtamet me etzem Sakona, aber became mashlichai of me. Mineged warte sich herein in der ganze Linie. Und sie da meinen von, I found once, ich weiß wo das steht, sie da meinen von der Rebbe Rashav, in a place where the Rebbe Rashav says, Kol HaMoshe Razeh, Shayach Davke Bodem Godel. But Masha Yeshe Godel, Yeshe Shayach Inyan Zeh. That's in fact, the Inyan of Lahashli Chayav Meneged is Davke by Adam Godel. He steht da, a fella. He said, Masha Yeshe Godel, Koyach HaNitzurach Shelo Yal Menagid Godel Yetzer. This is not campaign, this is not I have to win. This is kilo amin adiyam is but this das bei Adam Gottel bepelle halbe Jöse. Es muss sein, der Nitzur von der Menschlichkeit.
With the Sfarim. With the Sfarim. By the Rebbe. The Rebbe was very...
The
Sfarim. With the
warte, sicher, was war schon? Oh ja. I mean, it was in Toshim Memei, by the Verbringer, the Rebbe went like that with his hand. The Rebbe hit his forehead. How sometimes a person can't hold anymore. I was there, Miroi Vai Chilus Lisboa. But what do you want to do? The ganze man, when the Rebbe spoke about that lady that she gave away her life. You know the man was given in Crown Heights. The Shvat came in and wanted to, you know what the talking about. And she was an Aisha queer. She gave away, she refused. So he killed her. The way stuff in the mass. And the Rebbe, you don't remember the whole Sikha. And the Rebbe himself said that he has to stop because it's not good as all race as all. Het wordt in klappen de boeren koloi lang. Ja, is een schöne man. Wat is het? De ene van dat wordt hem godel, de Tsar. Zo ja. De Tsar min arichel. And when we come to us, we sit here, I mean, how many are we here? We're Rov Minyan. Was is we zijn mamish a Minyan, we zijn een Rov Minyan. We paskin het genoeg. We say it now. And after Minai, when I've Mina Korosi, Mina Major Korosi, and the form the Anoni Bamercha, net to say. The Pashtas. Come on, a Major Hagodia, they're not good. In other words, they're not good, may a hate for oven. In other words, you have to feel that it's good for a hate for oven, just like that man that he jumps over the Chafira Gedele in the Mulchama. Pink does he be pinked in themselves even, you have to feel not good. וזהו דווקא אשר מביא ומגלה עצם הנשמה בבחינת הזוז כל עצמוס. Dory, het is er is over there, meisje, ik weet, heb ze zoeken nog, je dankt de Chafira gedelen. Of you dank your own Chafira. Dat is die alleen. Pili pleus. De Moshe met de Nimshel are not gleich in that part. Zie je, het is een van de geest van, dat is jouw Chafira, die is toch gelijk. Tot. Hij gaan, dafke, als je me geeft, zo dafke, maar geef voor hem, zo dafke, als je me wil, met gale etsem en een schoon beginnen, zoals kolats muso. It's also a very fascinating lesson. Beginas hazozos kol atzmuso, meaning not just that she shochelt zach, that she moves. That's when the neshama moves. It sort of shifts. So where's it going? We have to say that it shifts from its hell into Gila. So some amazing divine foot puts itself on the accelerator, and the whole zooms forward into revelation. As I was verstehen. So dafke shmagia bepnimis me'atzmus say. In other words, that's the only way. Dafke, to get to pnimis me'atzmus say, you have to have a pesach ameita of a cholil. Just to go around Lechatchila, machen es am in meint. I suppose the tzaddik, I must Yid wie darf zu sein, he feels that the in fact that he's lamata. This must be Perek Lamed Hey in Tanya. It's in fact that he's lamata. That's what he feels. The tremendous mate. Not that he's got anything that made it that way. So the kasha mina meitzer korosi. Oz, ononi bamerchav. So, maybe I'm a little bit not right. Here, there state this, it's kilo like a hemshech. If there will be that oz, then anoni b'merchav ko bepinas merchav ha'achmi da'ein say merchav ha'achmi, meaning just like an etzim is not b'tzimtzum, it's v'tachlas ha'arachov mitzad what it is. If you reach the then you reach the l'mayla mikol medida v'akbora, l'mayla mikol tzimtzum, no the merchav ha'achmi, meaning that he can be anywhere and he can do anything, even aki murchav. Akamesh kasu mi mamakim krosicho mibchinas oimek la oimek mi mamakim krosicho, that I called you from the depths. Mamakim loshen rabim. So the Rabbi Taisus was for loshen rabim. Yeah, mi oimek la oimek. In other words, from one pneumius to from one profundity inside the other. Over here also there's a nuance. It looks as if the Rebbe is teaching it of mi oimek la oimek is like the pshat, that from the oimek down here I reach the oimek la maila. Like we're just saying, that davke through that kriya min hamaita you reach the pneumius v'atmius ain't say. The eimek u pneumius hanefesh magia b'chinas eimek u pneumius ain't say. This is the mashmoyas haloshen, that the eimek lo eimek is the eimek hanefesh reaches the eimek shala maila. That's the pshat mi mamakim boivim kloli the eimek and the nefesh krosicho, I called you out from your end. The oidzes, a further in you, and here's a pillar which even the Rabbi quotes here earlier part of the hemshech. Domani that this is a chidish neitzer. The oidzes shebekan hora nefakle to Gorav Sapukadikisach. That here, this type of tshuva, min ha-meitzer kora osayin. Huh? I jumped something?
Hurrah.
No. Oije, shebekan hora nefakle te. Ainu ra gomu. Loira piruri noiga. Ki im shera gomu nefakle te mamish. This is a chiddush door. This is Gora Peledik. Exactly, but tshuva zu, in this type of tshuva, are zedeines nasike zochies. The zedeines become mamish zochies. When his Lord bin his boili or perik reish tez ayin, the kasher do a chori v'kihuya, a sharp and sour thing, nerch l'maychul tei v'orev. Like the Alter Rebbe's Maram is in Perikov Zayin. When you take a thing which is mitzad atzmei, it also says adova chorif or kihuya, and you mahapach it to adova tei v'orev, ari arev is b'zeh yesa b'ein areich me adova ha'orev be'etzem. Like it was Masbe over there, the whole marshal, the Bat Melech, that she was Maria up there. They had called the Shike Kedera. She smelt the leftovers at the bottom of the pot. And we said that the leftovers at the bottom of the pot at the bottom filled srufim, ririum, of Alidei. But they nidbak Kedera, they undergo all this heat from inside the Kedera. So then they have a special amazing reach. To somebody who's cholosh, that's what he writes out. That somebody who's cholosh, and below he is nechlish, called koife v'chulu. Then he has a special time in that in the sapka from the dover kihuya to a dover tei, and that was seen in the Bas Melech that she was Maria. And therefore they had to bring a davke b'seisa. They couldn't bring it to her openly because it's not a dova mechubad. der ganze Arichas der Moshe, der Gemara Masechet Psochim. V'hainu, der Ra Goma, kishenefet l'teiv mamish, hari ze reach chozok, shemagia b'bchinas choitma da'atik. B'chinas pnimius atik, u pnimius v'atzmus moichasti moa. And we saw the pnimius v'atzmus moichasti moa, or as a pnimius v'atzmus atik, or as mamish pnimius atik. So here we see that the Rebbe is comparing this whole Ayin, or upon him, it's his Madama, the whole Ayin, to Perek Zayin and Tanya. So over there we find exactly the same Nakuda, that Ali did the Tshuva, Mia Richuk Davke, Dali Be'er Tziyah V'oyev, and he feels himself to be Davke in a Beli Moyim, Klau, or that causes a Tzimoyen and a tremendous driving force. Yes, min Hepech, Ela Hepech, and Ali they say, he's able to be Maala, fill the Gimel Clips Satamet. They state that the lesson in Perek Zayin. So we see that there's a in Tshuva, what if it's Mamish, Umke Liebe in Azar even that it's Mamish min Hepech, Ela Hepech, Boreach min Amofis, L'chaim, as he brings over there the Loshen. Then it's got Bekoya to be Mahapek Mi'arale Toiv, and then the Indian is that what he brings over there, even though the Loshen over there is very tricky in Perek Zayin, that's the Indian from the Zadenis Nasik Kazachi Yes. The ganze Alichas over there. Now, that's what he brings down from Perek Reish Tesayin. If we're Ma'ayin over there in Perek Reish Tesayin, then we see that out there beike the bio is benegated and it is the tuyu and him toim benoiga. Latavki baragom. And he brings out that I feel that the netzutzis of neiga were noflu b'shvil sakelim, and when you mile them, you bring them back, then that's like a reach from a dova ofuch, or even from a reach chorif. That's what she was Maria to the tzike kedera, wasn't a dova rogil b'klal v'chulu. And he compares over there as a dover a miunag be'etzem, and then as a tainug, which comes to from the Hebrew. Dover daime be'enu museums. And that's the Ayin of the Ericha, tzike kedera, a tainug asmiu muza, sholei kedera harogir, and that's also ma'ira l'mayla, the Ayin of tainugin with the birurim. Oh, that's also biruri noiga. So here we have to say that Vibal, as he was talking about the Tshuva from Yom Kippurim, and the Tshuva from Yom Kippurim is Dafki B'Kodesh HaKadoshim. Now here we're talking about a Tshuva which comes from the, once again, the Indian Tshuva of Yom Kippur is not so much the Indian of Chatoim Vavinus in the simple sense. Because, I mean, where have you been up to now? I mean, you had the whole Chodesh El and the whole Rosh Hashanah and the whole Seser Shemei Tshuva. And now you're just trying to work out, you've had Chatoim Vavinus and Yom Kippur. Ella, the Ikin of Yom Kippur is the Etzem Deveikes, and the Etzem what you might call Piulas Sachakwil, from all the Aveda, Bizahir, because immediately after Yom Kippur, the whole Seder Aveda is Mishtana, it's all in from Yerida, Milmaila, Lamata, Vizgalas, and those in from the Aliyah. So we have to say that that's what the Rambam is. Maram is the Sikha from the Rebbe, Melech HaMashiach, the famous Sikha. But the Rebbe is Mavaya, what the Rambam says that Yom Kippur whose man tshuva la koyol. That's right, the Rambam. He uses the expression Yom Kippur hu yom tshuva la koyol. What is the phrase Yom tshuva la koyol? Was it was for our Lashon was? And therefore the Rebbe says that la koyol, that means even for the whole Klaus as well. Koyol in a way they're all like koyol. They're all together. It's a Lashon Rabbim of a Lashon. It's a Lashon Yochid Gam Yachad. I mean, the koil implies the Ayin for the many, but you're talking about them all in one klal, in one musag. That's the tshuva mi'etzem hanefesh. That's even Yom Kippur. That's the Rambam is mit dem Lashon. And here the tshuva is the etzem merachach, as we said, not so much of the chatoim v'aveinus mitzad atzmo, but the etzem meaning that the dayan as min richuk there's a world where Sador Ayin and it can be a possibility of Chet V'Ov and B'churu. But the Etzemina, what he finds himself in the Mokim Aki Rochek, that arouses the most tremendous drive and power. Is much more than Perek Zayin, that it's not a Seder Rogil B'Klal. I feel in L'mayla mi Seder. It's a tremendous driving power from the V'Hepech Achayim Mamish into the union of Chayim, the Bricha, or that brings with it, kill like a Koy of Mashiach, which is Moishech, with it all the other details of Filadini from Ragon. And so that we have to say that every Yom Kippur is doing Ayin Mizeh. And over there, in the Moshel, the Tzichei Kedera, wasn't yet the Inin from Kodesh HaKadoshim. Wasn't yet the Inin from the Keteras of Yom Kippur. It was a lead up to the Inin HaKeteras, but not the Keteras of Yom Kippur. The fact is still a Inin of what is bekoyach the Adam, afil alidei the kihuya, and afil alidei the tzikei ketera, in yon v'noige, in the biru gufa, avodas habirurim al tada atakif biyaz, al tada moyo biyaz, that is a yid was tut in avodas habirurim. Aber Yom Kippur is another Inen. Yom Kippur is not just the Inen from the tzikei ketera, no, in that gufa, a new level which comes mitzad the Knisa or the Kohen Gadol, but he's also the Klodis and Nishomes, into the Kodesh HaKadoshim. And remember that arouses the oimek of the nefesh, lo oimek shalamayla, and remember that's got a koyach of Mashiach that draws everything into the inyan from Biro V'Shleimus, afil the inyan from Ra Gomo. And therefore, once again, it's a tremendous koyach and a tremendous aliyah. Like we just saw the Davki from the Dova HaManagi, you get the Salus, the Teike Fakir Godel in the Tzad HaMinateya. The Far, those are the Marav in Yom Kippur, not so much just Chatoim Vavenis, but Poshut, no, the Etzeminim from the Meita, the Etzeminim that's geblieben, that there's a Meita Lifnei HaElokut. Who in Shemen HaTei, or that's the Indian von Stam Shemen HaTeiv. And as you do, the altar must be in the Kuti Terror. That there's a mile in Shemen HaTeiv, Filo Gavi Shemen Mishchas Koider. So, who in Shemen HaTeiv, Shalamala Mi Shemen Amenoiro. Yeah, the Shemen Amenoiro was after all, Ayin, which is connected with the Avedis HaNishamas, Alter HaRovia was in the Heichel, but it wasn't Mamish in Heichel Kodesh HaKadoshim, in Kodesh HaKadoshim. Was on the Menorah, which was be Michutz LaPareches, and so on. Shehu b'chinas Shemen Mishchas Kodesh, Shelamayla Mea Chochma. The Ayin b'chinas Chochma Stimur. Aber is es b'chinas Chitzeines the Chochma Stimur, she b'chinas Moki la Chochma, b'chinas Machiv the Ur Yosha. So he says the mile from the Menorah is that it's Takia Ayinim from Shemen Mishchas Kodesh. Mishcha is indicative of Hamshocha, a Yerida Milmaila. Mata Mish Nimshoach means the idea of Mashiach, Hamshocha. And Kodesh is the Yin from Kodesh Mila B'Gamei. Kodesh is the Yin from Abdullah. But that's the Yin from not just Stam Chochma, but the Moki of Chochma. So Ayin Lachanami, that's a Hechamadoige, but it's also even of Moki of Yin and Chochma, and therefore it's a Makif, but it's a Makif Shah to Ur Yosha, as we've been learning the whole time. Avu Shemen HaToiv, over the Yin from Shemen HaToiv, Upchinas Moiche Da'atiko, Upchinas Atzmius Chochma Stimor, the very essence of Chochma Stimor, Bi'atzmei Upchinas Makif to Ur Choizer, Shesosum V'Nelampi Etem. There's the one on the difference in the union of Stimor, there's two madrigas, there's one union Stimor, Sosum Mitzad the Mekablim, and there's another one of Sosum Mi Be'etem. Here we see that it's possible to reach even the madriga of Sosum Be'etem, even a madriga which is L'chora, not shy to any gilu or Amshocha, or through the Inif and Tshuva of Yom Kippurim or B'miyuga, the Inif how it is in Kodesh HaKadoshim, and the Inif and Ur Choiza, then it's possible to reach that in from Atzmius, Pnimius, Chochmas Timor, or that's the Machiv the Choizer, Shesosam Vanellam Bietzer. Or Magim Lozet, Davke al yedei tshuva b'chinas oyer choizer habo min harichok. Here we see the dinim from oyer choizer comes davke from the managi, davke from the min harichok. Yeah, the oyer choizer le kadmusay. The dinim from oyer choizer is choizer le kadmusay. That's a lesson which occurs in Kama Makim is beneged to the mile of oyer choizer. Because in some places it's more word that Eroisa is Chorush Mir Yosha, it's a pillar. So we have to say, we must have that here in the Hemshire, we no more give it just a month. I just have to look it up. We want to month to see a Bekitzer, that it's much more that in some places that Eroisa is Chorush Kavyachim. So if I'm not mistaken, the Biub is there, that not that it's Chorush Be'etzim Mahusay, not that it's cholush in the etzim, what you might call tuikif or makeup of the oil. Now it's like the old saying in Yiddish that arop is geringer via roof. To go down is much easier than to go up. Because to go down, you just sort of go down with the the momentum, as you might call. To go up, this is inifan ribui ishtadles. And therefore, oyer choizer is cholush only because it's much harder, much, as it were, slower, to go backwards, to work back towards the mokkeh. This is Ayin ribui aliyas v'ribui koeches. Aber b'pnimis v'atzmias, it's stronger than the Ayin from earlier. The take of pnimi v'atzmi in them is much greater than it is in the Ayin earlier. That was, I think, the beer that we had, the Ayin. And if oyer choizer is choizer lekad musay, meaning choizer is how oyer has come down. It's reached a certain point, and now it's going back. As it goes back lekad musay. So you might say, well, what's it the big chiddush? If it's going back, probably goes back to where it's going back to where it started. What's it the beer? So look how we have to say the word kad musay. It's gotten itself a mile of a fila legabi the oil lane. This is kad musay. A fila legabi the oil, how it is b'shorshay. This is kadmoin legabi zeh. In other words, lekad musay meaning to the kadmoin of the oil. In other words, that which is lamaila a fila from the shorsha oil. I'll tell if we smavur and considers the mile of the oil which is called be'etzem hashemesh. Yeah, the oil called be'etzem hashemesh is another type of oil altogether than the oil meir b'cholol oil. Legamri is a government to kal v'chayma. Im yochel lahoye b'cholol oilam kal v'chayma. Wie sagt der alte Rabbi dort kal v'chayma sheyochel lahoye b'imkayma. Those are their oil. The kadmi is atzmi is the oil. It's mamish kolo in the moor. And that's what we have to say. Those are the mile from the choizer. Mamira vipala, this is choizer, the kadmusay, and therefore it reaches in pnimis v'atzmius of ein safe mamish, because that's the union from pnimis abba, he pnimius atik. And we touched here in the Zemshel, the pnimis abba is chokhmas timor, the pnimis v'atzmius of chokhmas timor. So, the Gabi Moshiach see v'hirichoi b'yiras Hashem, der Moirach v'doyin, Moirach v'doyin. As written in the famous capital dort in Yeshaya Novi, where it's the Haftarah of Achrein Shal Pesach. No, we don't have Achrein Shal Pesach, we have only Shvi Shal Pesach, we don't have. For Goliath, we don't have. It's the other miles of Moshiach, and it's written that v'hirichoi b'yiras Hashem v'loi v'lamare einov yishpeit v'loi mashma oiznov yochiach v'shofet v'shofet b'tzedek dalim v'yochiach la'amim rabim. Oh, amazing statement over there when I get to Moshiach. So, es was it the pshat v'hirichoi b'yiras Hashem. Hirichoi b'yiras Hashem. That's after it's written. V'nochar of ruach chachma ubina ruach gevura ruach all the different miles taught in the different ruachs. So it comes again to Rashi Pele, and Rashi says that the hirichoi b'yiras Hashem, or that's the answer from the previous pasuk which spoke about ruach. The hirichoi, the Rebbe shall give him a ruach of yiras Hashem. From Lashon hirichoi, from Lashon ruach. The Rebbe shall fill him with the Ayin from yiras Hashem. And Mishi yesh lo yiras Hashem amiti, he'll have all the ability to do all these other wondrous in Yonah. On alle Zeiten, except for the wie heißt dort, Mysterious David, the Mysterious David and the Radach, they teach at the Indian from Hiricho from Lashon Reach. Now they say that we pink to say Reach is a dover cow, that you get a Reach even if you don't make an effort, if you just happen to be around, then you chap the Reach. So he says that the Indian from Emerson Yiras Hashem will be a dover cow by Melech Mashiach. And as he goes by him, the Indian from Yira, that Emerson Yiras Hashem will be like Reach. It will be something very available to him. Yirichoi b'Yiras Hashem. Comes again the Gemara, Masechta Sanhedrin, the Gemara teaches the Hirichoi b'Yiras Hashem is for Lashon Reach Mamish, that he will be able to smell, and Ali Dezeh, he will be able to judge everybody. Hirichoi b'Yiras Hashem d'moirach v'doin. He will smell and he will judge. And that's the Indian from Reach being to get to the Etzem and the Neshama. That if Melech Moshiach will be able to see each person how he is mitzad the Etzem. So on the one hand, that's very encouraging. On the other hand, it's chapta tzita. It's do it. Pink to say, chapta tzita whenever you walk past it, by a dollar or by the kosher bracha or the winners nicht gewinnt, and he gave a blick af you. Hat man schon gehabt, am Ayin von dem Minion, Hirichoi b'Yiras Hashem. Noch von ihm, Hirichoi b'Yiras Hashem, der Moirach v'Doin. Hier tue der Moshiach upchins Pnimius Ati. That's the Indian von Reach. Und das ist Magia in Pnimius Ati. Like it stated in the Kisvei Arizal, that will be the Gilui for Moshiach. Om no Masha Doin, whatever he will judge, Hainum Chins HaChochma. That he called Din Mishpat Chins HaChochma. Any Din or Mishpat must be based on certain klalim. There must be certain ideas or points which are considered fair or unfair, or considered, how do you call it, Yosher of Hepech from Yosher V'chulu. And that was the Rebbe, that the Mashiach is going to judge, and that's a nature Chochma, or what's going to move his judgment, what's going to be the pneumius of his judgment. It means for Reach Ayin from Lamailami, this Ayin which is going to be oiled through the Choitem into the pneumius and atzmius of the Nefesh. In other words, the pneumius v'atzmius of Moshiach is going to be able to tell the pneumius v'atzmius of Yeda Yid. Oksi boy, loyal mare ein of Yishpei v'loyal mashma. This is a pasuk after that. There's an emshach in the psukim over there that he won't judge according to the way his eyes see and not according to what his ears hear. In other words, he won't go according to Eidos. The Hainu loy b'chinas Chochma bina as well. No, Einayim and Shmi is Chochma bina. Ki im b'chinas Chochma sti more. In other words, the Inifan Reach, the Pnimis v'Atzmis, which is mitzad Reach. O Masha Moriach v'Doin Einam b'chinas Atzmis Chochmas Timoah Shebezeh Pnimius Atik Umagim Lazali Tshuva Davke. In other words, Kaviogo, how is Moshiach going to hold by that? Tzadikai Tiyufta, Tzadikim are going to be Zechet and Even Tshuva. Of its mashma, the Melech HaMoshiach, he will be כאילו כלולוס אבידוסי, oid לפני, die Paula, here already have it, as you might say. Hier hebben het je nodig dat in kersen. Hier already have the ganze in van Pneumisatic, that'll be Madrigal, say who. But how is it all the world, and everybody's going to be zeicher, that they should be able to all zeicher. Well, let's forget the zeicher part of it. Are they going to be able to be in a zamatzev? That he'll be able to be done then by even Kozer. And as it were, everything will come out in a even al tada is a tea, but that's what the even tshuva davke. Amamire, Makim loze alidei teshuva. Di efshel agil b'chinas atzmius mamish ki im bekoyach oyer choize davke to that even oyer choize the inena areyach aris mitzat tshuva. Amamire in the even der tzikeke der gufa, it has to be in a even tshuva. And then it reaches the inyan from Pnimis v'atzmius hanefesh, and then it reaches the Pnimis v'atzmius of the Ayin Tov. V'zo the Mashiach also li'asvo tzadikaya b'tiyufta, the Pekdesha tzadikim yizku, or we say that they will be yizku. Yeah, la'gilui the Mashiach zo alitei ateshuva, li'asvo tzadikaya b'tiyufta. Yeah, davke. Ainu, lafisha zo, b'chinas atzmes, ein zei, b'chinas pnimius atik. Wie efshel agil zekim bekoyer choize davke. So here we see two different lashonos. Wie efshel agil b'chinas alidei atshuva. Wie efshel agil ze alidei oyer choize davke. So we see that the lashonos are very strong. Wie efshel agil kim alidei. In other words, tshuva and tshuva in an even van oyer choize davke. So I mean, was is tshuva if nicht oyer choize? So we have to say that in tshuva gufa there are inyonim and madriges. And not a balbatische tshuva. No, a tshuva davke min ha-meitzer korosi. Yeah, davke is even. Yeah, that you feel be'etzem hanefesh. This is a Pnimis v'atzmis from the modern, the meitzer of Welt, and the meitzer which is mastir and mailim legabe amitius elikus. En men pili plus van de zaak. En dat is de inyan van tshuva. But ook hier het mashma that even the makablim that Mashiach is going to be doing al yedei the inyan van royach, they will have to hold by a certain madrege. In other words, for that to be poil, that Mashiach should be able to just be, how do you call it, Mariach, and as a vision, alles was tut sich herum. That kufi will have to hold by a certain madrege, otherwise it's not gonna work, because the din and mishpah will have to be a much more simple one. So from that we see that bein mitzad the mashpia and bein mitzad the makabel, the world's gonna have to meet the bill in a certain way to be ready for this moira v'doyim. Well, as Lafisa Kumto is that every din of mishpat has got itself chachma, but the din of mishpat can be in two ways. That's what's brought in citizenship when they get to Rosh Hashanah. There can be a din of mishpat within Yoni is liyaser so odom. You put him into a din of mishpat, today to put him in a better understanding of just how he's far from the kavanah, just be nicht gut the matzav is. What is it even from dinu mishpat? Kipshute. And then there's even from dinu mishpat kedei lahalis as a adam, to show him what he could really reach if you were really making a effort mit alles what du hast. That's going to be the din for Moshiach. The din for Moshiach, he's going to demand that you already be holding by a certain Indian from Tzadikai Asfer B'tiyufta. Das ist schön gehalten bei dem. And then he will judge you and say, what you could really be doing was mimon von dir yet. Let's get moving. In ganzen Anaya Innen, but that Moshiach will be using the moira for doing for unpleasant things. I mean, that'll be dealing with from the course from Chokma Gluya Lamata. Aber der din for Mishpat, Yeah, Cain Yeshlema does a debut Amiti. And therefore he says that everybody, how are they going to be Zeichel as there? Was it tight Zeichel? You have to be in a Amatzu from Tshuva, how it is, mitzad the Reach Amiti from the Keteiros. וזהו בעונן הכתרת יום הכיפורים דווקא, שזה עניין התשובה, by them it's כסיב, כי בעונן אירועה באירועה, I will appear, or I will be seen in this cloud. And Taisarabi Batshmusi, the word Batshmusi is of course not written in the Pasuk. זהו Beis המדרגת החוכמס תמור, חצייניס חוכמס תמור, בחינס מחיב דאר יושע, שבחינס מוקר לחוכמה, ואינן שמן המנוירו, שנמשך על ידי ריח הכתרס, בחינס רוסה דליבה, שעל ידי זה נעשה גם כן ביטל מהוס הנפש הבהומי, as we saw earlier, that affects the ביטל מהוס of the נפש הבא, but only to a certain extent, not ultimately the ganze Inyan of the Nefesh HaBamis. Avo Pnimis Chokmas Timor, Zo Pnimis Atik, V'uinen Shemen HaToiv De'a Atiko. Ochel HaGil Zeh, Zo Davki Al Yidei Reach HaKters Yom HaKippurim, Shuinin HaTshuva, Shebo Min HaMeitza Davki B'Pnimis B'Koyach Choyzeh, שבזה ממשיכים מבחינת פנימיס ועצמס האינסאי, מבחינת עצמס מויכס תימור, שבזה מבחינת פנימיס עתיק. So have a good day, my gentlemen. You're already holding by Mashiach, you're already on by Moichs Timor, Pnimis ועצמוס, you're holding by all the Sachen. Geht sich ein Schoch, Rabbeinu Shalom, der Eves soll Rachmanis so. Hashem Shalom, Rachmanis. Was Lafise, was ist der Madrege von Shemen HaToiv? Look at the tzarich of Shemen Mishchas Chodesh, that's the Shemen, the Shemen HaMishcha, the Shemen HaMenoira. What is Shemen HaToiv? What's this father? Das steht bei An. Shemen HaToiv, al HaReish, Yered al HaZokon, Yezakan Ayin. Weißt du, der Shemen HaToiv ist a spezielle Innen, Roi Muska, Mamish Pagolui in the Psukim in Chumash, but they talk about Inyanim from Shemen. Now, was ist das Ayin Miyuchad Shemen HaToiv, what does the Shatza Aran Davke? Since we see that everybody's sort of throwing me a remez, it's already time for good night. It's already time for bedtime stories.
Chof Beis Shvat. Chof Beis Shvat.
Chof Beis Shvat, no good. Chof Beis Shvat is, I didn't tell you much about the Robertson. I'm just gesagt. So, if you look up in the Chover, he's got a few miles about the Robertson. It appears that